Hi guys, it's me, Chellie Gaither, and I've got a great book to share with you today. I just finished reading The Ickabog by J.K. Rowling. This book was published in 2020. I'd never gotten a chance to read it, and it was absolutely lovely. I just loved it. First of all, for those of you who are wondering, there's no magic, witches, or wizards or anything. This is actually about a sweet little kingdom being led by a king and a story. So the title is called The Ickabog, and where I live, and this is where I grew up, we had a local story about this monster which lived near a train trestle in a smaller town that's outside of where I live. And people would tell stories about seeing the Pope-like monster, and nobody ever really knew if it was real or that kind of thing. And I remember in high school, my sister and I going out with some friends, and we drove a car out near the train trestle, and of course we just scared ourselves silly because this was a story that was just one of those local tales that people told. And that's what is in this book. So the Ickabog is a legend that people talk about, and they kind of use it as one of those stories, local lore. Don't stay out too late. You could the Ickabog might find you, or, oh, something happened to the farm animals. It must have been the Ickabog. And no one really worried about the Ickabog because it was from the northern part of the kingdom, and it was really marshy up there, and everyone, had heard the stories, but no one really believed it was true. So anyway, first of all, let me tell you about this kingdom. It is a sweet place, and I feel like I should read a little bit of the inside flap to you just to kind of give you a sense of just how happy this place was. It says, once upon a time, I love it when a story starts like that. And how the story plays out, you kind of get a feel that it is sort of medieval times. There is a castle, there's a king, there are subjects that serve the king and live near the castle, and then there are outlying villages that make certain products that help support the kingdom. And when the book starts out, it's a really happy place. It says, once upon a time, there was a tiny kingdom called Cornucopia, as rich in happiness as it was in gold, and famous for its food, from the delicate cream cheeses of Kurtzburg to the hopes of heaven of pastries. Each was so delicious that people wept with joy as they ate them. So when the story opens, everybody in the kingdom is really pretty happy. And they're happy with the king. And the king's name is Fred, and he has dubbed himself Fearless Fred, the king. And another thing that I absolutely love about this book is all throughout the book, almost in not quite every chapter, but there is an illustration that has been put in the book that are by kids. And this is a picture of King Fearless Fred done by a child. It says, by Sarah, age 11. King Fred the Fearless came to the throne on a huge wave of popularity. Well, King Fred is a main character of this book, but the two main characters are really two kids, and their names are Daisy and Bert, and it comes down to them to save the kingdom, sort of. And the reason you might wonder why the kingdom even needs to be saved is that King Fred has two friends, and I don't know if you've ever heard this term before, but these two friends are really what I would call frenemies. And a frenemy is someone who you think is a friend, but really behind the scenes they are not your friend at all. And these two guys' names are Lord Spittleworth and Lord Flapoon. I absolutely think those names are hilarious. And these two guys do everything opposite to help King Fred rule his kingdom. And so people become less happy, and the kingdom is kind of thrown into chaos, and it's up to Daisy and Bert to sort of save the day. And it sort of happens that everybody in the kingdom becomes terrified of the Ickabog. And it's up to you guys to read the story to find out, is the Ickabog just a story, something used to scare people, and or is it something that is real? And it's a fantastic story. There are laugh out loud moments in this book, but there's also some really sad things that happen too. Terrible, sad things, but the way it's written, it's just really precious, and I absolutely love this book, and I know you will too. So what you need to do is, go to your local school library or go to your public library and check out a copy of The Ickabog by J.K. Rowling. You'll love it. I know I did, so hopefully you will too. Have a fantastic day.